Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video, and we have some leaks here. Looks like Dragon Ball Z Bardock is the next Dokkan Fest that's going to be coming to Global. We know how this works. I seriously tweets out a GIF, and then we will see the character announced sometime after. I seriously tweeting this out now. I don't expect we would see Bardock on Global until probably right around the 1st. I mean, we're like a good week and a half away, I think, from Bardock's release on Global. Remember that last year it was AGL Trunks who was releasing at the start of March. Now, you guys got to give me a little bit of a break here. I am grinding World Tournament's on. Very important that I rank highly with the EZA, stuff like that. So my focus is cut in half, but I will do my best to talk about Bardock coming. Now, let's just get this out of the way right now, global players. This is the worst celebration of the year. I do not expect anything crazy, anything exciting, anything good. This shit is bad. Let's just go. Let's look at this celebration again. I mentioned this recently that JP Dokkan essentially, since LR Ultimate Gohan and LR Orange Piccolo came out, since that happened, is like the best period in Dokkan history. It actually is. Literally, on JP, since they came out, like every 4 days, stuff has been, it's been insane, right? The amount of we've had like 10 plus EZA characters. It's just been so fire. And I remember during this celebration at the start of November, I'm saying like, oh, they got to be putting the finishing touches on Beast Gohan and the anniversary and stuff like that. Like, that's why we're in hell right now. Now, Beast Gohan, obviously, his animations are the best in the game, but it's not, actual Beast Gohan. However, it does look like, sure enough, they were preparing a lot of stuff here. So let's look at Bardock celebration. We'll go over Bardock. So you have login, you got missions, Bardock's banner. Majin Vegeta is going to be here. He's solid. Tora's solid. Bardock is solid. But like Super Vegeta, this Broly, Bardock, this Frieza, like this isn't good enough to really summon on. Unless you're like a huge Bardock stan, you really need him or something like that. I don't really recommend it. Now, Bardock himself, his incredible value is in 2 places. His leader skill is one of the best in the game because it's Goku family. And then any pure Saiyans are on the 200%, which means every single Goku is on the 200% leader skill for Bardock's team, which is really good. Bardock does have the best intro animation in the game. I just can't. I don't even know like what intro could possibly replace that for me. I don't know. That shit, it's just way too good. Way too good. Now, the thing that makes Bardock super crazy, this was bugged when Bardock first came out on JP, and then it was fixed. So we'll see. I would assume Bardock will release on Global correct. But when Bardock first was in the data, and first released, his scouter was only working on turns he was on, but that's not the way it works. From Bardock's first appearance, for the next 5 turns, you get the scouter. Even on turns Bardock isn't there. So right now, difficult content for the game is based around the start of the fight. Like, these fights are not super long. So Bardock is a very dominant character, actually, because he's giving you a scouter for all these turns. Bardock is so good. Now, Bardock himself is not the craziest. Once you do the 3 super attacks right here, he does get rather decent. Wanked situations, Bardock can get over 1 million defense, right, once he's fully built up. He does have guaranteed crits with 3 Rainbow Key Spheres as well. He's very good. I like Bardock a lot. The Scouter really is that strong, right? When you're talking about putting the Scouter on the Goku family team, where you could have the UI Gokus who could dodge the super, Carnival Goku, AGL LR Gohan who could just tank it and stuff like that. Remember that EZA AGL LR Gohan will have released by the time this guy releases on Global, right? Incredible character. I am much higher on this guy than many people are. I see people talking about this guy being forgettable and bad and stuff like that. No, dude, this guy is sick. He is really good. This scouter, it's just so strong. It really is just so strong, right? It's like Think about how good STR Vegito was for so long, and his scouter would start once you transform. With Bardock, you just have it turn 1. It's great. I love Bardock. Tora's okay. I like, he's solid. I mean, he's certainly not on par with the best banner units, but like, again, I would say he's solid. He's like a usable unit. You definitely want to go like full dodge for this guy, right? Because the thing with these banner units, these guys are not doing damage, right? This is a support that you want to defend. These banner units are never really going to be able to compete with damage. He does support, which is good, and he really supports if Bardock is around. So yeah, there's Tora. And then the banner, again, I don't really recommend it. Now, here's where things get very dark. So we have the banner. We have Bardock's Dokkan event. So what this is there's going to be missions to complete these characters, all the free-to-play Ginyu Force characters and Team Bardock characters. But it's stuff that came out years ago. So if you already have these characters grinded, this isn't actually content to do. This is just it's the Grand Priest event. They just change it, right, to where there's 2 stages. You get equips for these free-to-play characters from the free-to-play Ginyu Force members and the free-to-play Team Bardock members. You do get these really powerful equips, like the best equips in the game for those characters, right? But it's not really like, it's like cool, but it's like for these characters, like they're okay. Like the STR Bardock is like decent. Some of these characters are solid, but it's not really anything. This returns, but there's no new missions, nothing. The event comes back, but there's nothing new about it. So if you were playing during the Namek, Goku, and Full Power Frieza Worldwide Download Celebration, and you did this, then it's already done, right? This is just a returning story event. And then they add 1 mission to each of these 3 events right here. The Legendary Goku event, GT Legendary Goku event, and Legendary Vegeta event. Beat with a low-class warrior team is added to all 3. And then that's it. And then you got the easy ace. That's it. Like, there's nothing. This is actually the worst celebration, like, in Dokkan history. This is so bad. When people are screaming that there's no content, most of the time they're full of shit. They just burn through it super fast because they like the game. This was a celebration where there's nothing here, right? Now, the good news is that the EZA characters, I think some of them are actually pretty decent. Super Saiyan 3 Bardock is certainly like a decent character. He's nothing super crazy, but I mean, as long as he's not going to get supered or is being hit by like a type disadvantage character, it's not like this Bardock is bad or anything. Power Beyond Super Saiyan, this has also been buffed, right? Since this guy came out, we've had some recently powerful characters get added to that category. So that certainly helps the Super Saiyan 3 Bardock out quite a bit too. He's okay. He's okay. Nothing like super crazy, but also nothing like super bad, right? Then you have some of these guys. I think these 2 are decent units. The problem with this Bardock right here is he's predicated too much on attack. They're giving him too much attack here and not enough defense, right? And his support is not good enough. They can really make like these sub EZAs and stuff like that super good, but in order to do that, you need to make them like defense support, right? It's like summonable LRs and DOKKANFEST characters. They can be like, offensive powerhouses because they're going to have the high stats, right? Like those are the damage dealing characters. When you're talking about free to play units, banner units, sub EZAs, like these characters for the most part typically need to be support defense units, right? And I feel like they didn't do a good enough job with this guy of doing that. This guy just does a lot of damage and that's it. If this was raised attack and defense for 6 turns, this guy would be quite a different beast, right? For sure. Now I like this guy. I've initially people were like, "Oh my god, this guy's so broken." Then I actually saw it completely flip. Most people were actually saying that this guy is heavily overrated. I think he's very good. So this Bardock, again, this is another character. Check this out. You just give him full dodge, right? Of course, you just give a character like this full dodge. This Bardock is a pretty good support unit, right? It's just all allies, 2 key, 30% attack and defense. He's on a lot of weak teams and stuff like that. A lot of different setups you can get him in. And then from there, he takes 2 hits and then he gets fully built up, right? So if you're running this guy in slot 3, you super attack right there, you do this. The first hit does tend to bite, right? That first one, and then that will activate guard. And then the second hit might do a little bit of damage, and then you activate the extra defense, and then he's a stone wall after that. But he does have to take 2 hits first, right? So the first hit can do some damage, but in my experience, him supporting and being able to at least potentially live some of these big bosses, red zone bosses and stuff like that, I've found this guy to be very, very viable when it comes to very difficult red zone type stages and red zone no item run type stages. This Bardock is a very decent character for sure. So that's basically it. That's the entire celebration. Again, this like let's just quickly take a look. AGL Trunks last year. Let's take a look at what day he came out. It'll probably be almost to the day that that Bardock is going to be releasing on Global. March 1st. Yeah, that seems right to me. March 1st. And then JP is probably going to be getting a DOKKANFEST probably on the 6th or something. The 6th does seem late because the 18th is a DOKKANFEST. Is JP really going to that close? Maybe not. Maybe JP will be a little closer to the 1st as well then. Wow, will they be? When did Ginyu release last year? How can I check this fast? Damn, I guess I'll just hit Fierce Battle. What Ginyu was like the 5th or something like that, wasn't he? They typically don't release characters on Sundays, do they? Like the 5th? I don't think so. We'll see when the first DOKKANFEST is going to come out. He was on the 3rd last year. Okay. Yeah, so I guess both Global and JP, yeah, geez, that's coming up, right? 2 weeks away. We got another banner on Global and JP. So let me know what you guys think of DBZ Bardock being the next DOKKANFEST. Shout out to Ice Seriously, of course. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.